Purnam. What they call Shunyam, we call Purnam. Exactly the same thing. So, these are the 5 points Vidyaranya says. See, the problem at this point when we say that we are not the physical body, we are not the life sheath, we are not the mental sheath, the intellect sheath, or the bliss sheath. The problem here is twofold. One is we feel, then where is the Atman? Which one? We're still looking for an object. And the second problem is, if you say that there is no object called the Atman, immediate reaction will be, oh, so there is no Atman. So both of these are set aside by Vidyaranya, these 5 points. The first point being that story of the 10 persons who crossed the river. It's not an object out there. Second point being, you are neither something known nor something unknown. You are the knower. Third point being, to know the knower, you don't need to add more consciousness to it, like adding more sugar to make sugar sweet. It is self-revealed in every act of knowledge. The fourth point being, it is shameful to say that I do not exist. Then who's saying it? Something is there which is saying it. It's like saying I have no tongue. And the last point, of course, is a technical point. In a debate, both the Prativadi cannot dissolve himself, then he's lost it if it disappears. So, the conclusion we come to is, the secret of the 5 sheaths is this consciousness which is illumining the 5 sheaths right now. Not only that, I'm not going into it, but I must mention it before concluding. It's not that we have separated a consciousness from the 5 sheaths. Here are the 5 sheaths and here is one consciousness. Then the Upanishad goes on to tell us that it is this consciousness alone which appears as the 5 sheaths. I'll repeat that. The 5 sheaths of our personality, the body, mind, and so on, they are not objects separate from consciousness. They arise in our consciousness. They have no objective existence apart from consciousness. In fact, I'll tell you, the Upanishad can be a little misleading. What it is doing is asking us to go deep within ourselves to discover this existence, consciousness, bliss, the witness consciousness within, the witness of the 5 sheaths. That's what we have been doing so far. But it's misleading in the sense, it's just like saying, if somebody says, here is a huge wave, and you say the reality is water. How will you discover water? If I tell you, go deep inside the wave, you will find water. You don't have to go deep inside the wave. The wave, the whole thing is water. It's just a form and a name. In the same way, these forms of the body, of life, of mind, of intellect, and the blankness beyond the intellect, they arise and shine in our consciousness and subside within our consciousness. The whole thing is consciousness. That is what the Upanishad is going to point out. After this secret of the 5 sheaths, discover pure consciousness and then see the entire system of caves as nothing more than pure consciousness. Names and forms, body and mind, arising and shining and subsiding back into consciousness. All of it is consciousness. All of it is existence, consciousness, infinity. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Just as you don't have to go deep within the table to discover wood, you don't have to go deep within a clay pot to discover clay, or deep within a wave to discover water. It is all water, or all clay, or all wood. In the same way, all the 5 sheaths, once we realize what pure consciousness is, they are all pure consciousness. That is our true nature. Having discovered that, we discover an immortal, unchanging reality. Mortality is in the body. Disease and decay are in the life forces. Happiness and sadness and desire and frustration are in the mind. Ignorance and knowledge are in the intellect. All of these are in the 5 sheaths. None of them are in the pure consciousness which we already are at this moment. We are immortal, pure, infinite consciousness existence. Right now, as Swami Vivekananda said, if only you would see yourself as you truly are. Right now. All of spiritual life, we'll discuss that later, all of spiritual life is meant to bring us to this understanding. Not in a lecture, not in notes, but actually as a living reality. Just as today we feel we are this body, we must feel, actually know, realize that we are infinite existence consciousness.